So a mistake we commonly see with organizations who are early in their content marketing journey is having a disconnected strategy from, say, blogging versus their meatier conversion assets like white papers, infographics that sit behind gates. What we frequently see is a blogging strategy that may be thinking, okay, what is the topic du jour? What can we talk about today? What can we talk about this week? And maybe it's a top 5 list of that. Maybe it's something plan words for a specific holiday or a specific season, but almost an excuse of what can we write today. And then downstream, maybe it's some really good assets. Maybe it's a great white paper. Maybe it's a killer infographic or a video that sits behind a gate. But those two things aren't necessarily connected, right? So if you're a sales professional and somebody's engaged with the blog, you don't yet know who they are. But once they fill out a form to convert on one of those assets, now you do know who they are. How are you going to follow up? A consultative sales professional is going to start by asking open-ended questions about the high probability pains you know that prospect faces. But if they're clicking on stuff that's all over the board that doesn't necessarily feed into this singular strategy, this pain point of this white paper, you don't know what that conversation is going to be about. So for any content marketing lead generation strategy to be effective, you have to be able to close the loop on the end-to-end process. And this means sales is accountable to marketing just as much as marketing is accountable to sales. So I think most organizations get their head around the fact that marketing has to serve the sales function, has to generate X number of leads per month. Those leads have to meet certain criteria for the sales team. But the only way the marketing team can do that and more specifically improve and get better at that is if they also have the intelligence from the sales team, right? So if I'm a sales rep, I'm following up on a lead, and it turns out that this company, they're not a good fit for whatever reason. If I don't specifically code that lead in the CRM system with a pass back to marketing and sub-reason code of XYZ, then how is marketing ever going to know to not send more leads like that, right? It can't be just simply a sales rep documenting some notes, hey, this lead sucked because they can't do XYZ. That's just a note field. That's not helpful to anybody. But if you have a system set up where marketing generates the leads, sales has to follow up in X amount of time. They code the leads in the values that you've prescribed. Maybe it's not contacted, attempting to contact, in dialogue, pass back to marketing, and if it